responsibility. See, my daughter's rights were taken away from her. Her civil rights to live. So that's not real civil to me. Jane Hamill, she wasn't allowed to age, to become one of the statistics of how to get around the Portland metro area, let alone what the boy's going to do without her. Her civil rights were taken away from her as well. Now, we can look at that as my baseline. That's my baseline. That's what I have been given to judge what's happening, which is absolutely nothing. We spend money over and over again on executives, management, whatever you want to call it, to continue to have no more transparency, nor change operationally at your organization. I don't know how, Neil, you can sleep at night telling me that safety is your #1 priority, and I show a 28% cut in safety and security, TriMet budget, right here, black and white. And this is all a 28% cut after the crash that took my daughter's civil rights away from her. 28%. Now to go and spout off that you're going to change all this and that and the other thing and cut 28%, where's that 28% going? It's not going to help the handicap, we already know that. It's not going to help the age, you took it away. It's not going to help your buses, they're still filthy. Where'd it go? How's that safer? How's that more secure? You know, you continue to lie to me over and over again. You've lied to me from day one. From the day you took office and gave me your condolences for killing my daughter. I'll meet with you, Dave. I'll meet with you, Dave. You want to talk about it, Dave? You want to talk? I gotta file a lawsuit just to get your attention? That's not civil, is it, Steve? I don't know what else to say other than education and training. That's kind of important, wouldn't you think, gentlemen? Education and training, 40.9% cut because of budget reduction. Education and training, 40.9%. Explanation, budget reduction. But you haven't reduced any of the budget when it comes to making having another Milwaukee line, expanding your markets on light rail, all these other things. You can't even manage what you have now. And you want more? The taxpayer told you no, but they're still not listening because you can't hear it. You don't want to hear it. You told me last time, Steve, I just talked to you a couple weeks ago, showed you videos. Showed you videos of drivers, operators. I don't know if any of them are here, don't really give a rat's rear, but they're crossing 3 and 4 lanes of traffic just so they can drive another 6 or 8 blocks. 3 and 4 lanes of traffic in less than a block. And I've got operator after operator after operator after operator. 4th and Allen, Washington and 102nd, the 12 line, the 20 line. It's not my job to police it, but it sure doesn't take much of my time to find them. Now this behavior is a problem. And union members, you got to hear it. Sorry to tell you, attitude's your problem. When you take 3 and 4 lanes of traffic to make a left or right hand turn, when it's not needed, because I do have video of people doing it right. So I'm trying to be objective here, trying to be civil. But you're not being civil. You're not being civil to me or any of the other people that you victimize. And you continue to victimize. They're out there. There's another one here today. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm ashamed. I can't even read what I write because I'm so angry that it's a great release for me. I just don't know what to say. What more is it going to take? Your training doesn't change. Your recertification, 28% budget reduction in safety and security, and you don't have $700,000 to recertify your operators. Maybe all of them don't need it, but there's a heck of a lot of them making these left and right-hand turns across 4 and 5 lanes of traffic. Maybe they're great drivers, and maybe they won them awards. And when they're doing that behavior over and over and over again creates a cultural problem that you won't get rid of by hiring an executive to overlook it. Not so sure what he's going to do. I'm almost positive he won't be on the bus because he doesn't want to get his hands dirty. None of you ride him. So Lynn and Steve, I talked to you guys about your reply last time was, Steve, what was your reply to me?
I said,
we hear you. We hear you. David, we hear you. Can you hear me now? Don't think so, man, because it's not changing. Got an operator just got 6 tickets in 1 traffic stop. I don't care how great you are, fellas. When you can't rub off on your fellow mates that are out there driving with you, let's do that together. We can do it together. Apart, you've seen what doing it apart does. You can't even work out a labor negotiation together. Let alone make this company safer when you cut it 28%. Let's cut education 40%. And our #1 exclamation point is safety. How many more times do you want to lie to me, brother? How many more times are you going to lie to me? Over and over and over again. You don't care, I'll talk to you about it. You? Not so sure. Because it sure feels like, what it feels like, let's turn this all into a feeling. It feels like you're turning my daughter's life into a statistic. And that, my friends, is not civil. That is not civil. We'll see you next month.
Darla? Can't think stupid.
Love you, sweetie. Good luck with you.
Well, David's not, he hasn't even been coming in here for a year yet. And I've been actually coming to the board meetings for 3 years. Since 2007, we're in 2011. I brought today a lady by the name of Arlene. Arlene called me last night. She went to Fred Meyer in Gresham and got one of my cards. The lady gave it to her because she said that she's at a nursing home and she's in a lot of pain because she got hit by a light rail. December 17th of this year on 181st, and it was on a crosswalk. Well, last night I sat until 2 o'clock in the morning and I went through the 505 statistics that I have from 1994 to 2006. So I'm going to give you some statistics so you understand that TriMet averages hitting 1 a week. But where she got hit, they hit 11 accidents on 181st and Burnside in those 12 years, 13 accidents on 188, 12 at 197, and so that's 505 accidents in 12 years, averages 1 a week. And then as I looked at this, it's got date, times, location, train operators, injuries, train speed, and the operators. I'm looking at it and I find that on 41 of these, they never put down the speed because I guess they didn't know for the statistics. And they were empty, and the ones that weren't traveling said 0. And then I noticed my person that killed my son, she hit somebody 6-2 of 02. She hit somebody 12-15 of 02. And then she hit my son June 23rd and killed him. She hit 3 people in a year. Does that make sense to you? So as I'm looking at my own son's statistics, I'm going to use him as an example. I have 2 reports. On the reports, they have say two different things. One says my son was 17 when he's 16. One says the driver was going 15 miles an hour. When they brought the black box out, they said she was going 29. And one report from the police officer, which the driver herself said she was going 20. Now these are all on the LRT reports, mind you. So here it is. My son was 16, not 17. The driver was traveling 29 miles an hour coming in the station instead of 15. And two different reports from two different dates. So I look through these reports and you wonder why. I think you've got a problem on the inside. You say today, you say you're the best. Where are they getting those statistics? From TriMet? Well, TriMet's reports aren't even correct. I'll make it quick because I know my 3 minutes are up. You know, you guys are the board. I know you're not paid. And I know you take your time out. And the governor picked you. And you know, this is a lot of responsibility. And I'll go back to the thing I've been saying all along. You need a safety committee. Since we were here last time and I spoke, 2 days later, lady got killed. She got hit, died, light rail. We were just talking about the mirrors. But then they said it was, Neil said, it was an accident. No, Neil, we talked about the task force. It was an incident. Because you can't make the pedestrian wrong when you don't know yet. So you need to get together, not just Harry, I think is that his name? Took a year to get him. He used to work for TriMet. Was here in 1999 when they did the Corby report? Was Harry working for TriMet?
I don't know that. He may have been one of the reviewers.
Okay, so in 1999, the things that are just now changing, Harry was involved in and you brought him back. You need people from the outside, please. Or otherwise, it's time for us, let's go to the governor and bring him here. Because otherwise, we're not getting anything solved. And you've all tried to help me. Lynn, you've been there for me for the last 3 years. Rick, you and I have gotten together. But if you guys can't take initiative over TriMet, then get the governor involved. And I will take her back to the nursing home I picked her up from. Because I'm going to help her, because there are a lot of victims just like her.
Thanks, Tom.